All right, so I'm going to be talking about my two CAS projects, which is Guided Meditations and Synth Youth Club. And I'm going to be like reflecting and demonstrating whilst I'm talking, going through the stages. So I put them in the same investigation because they're kind of similar in that they both deal with mental health. And so guided meditations is more like, the internal, getting comfortable with your thoughts and going internal, and Synth Youth Club is more like physical in that you go out and you talk to people about mental health in our club. And my former experience I have with guided meditations is that I've meditated before, listening to guided meditations, and I thought it could be fun to do it. And Synth Youth Club, I've had loads of friends with mental illness and stress and all sorts of things, and had it close to my heart. So that's why it appealed to me when Nana came to our school and talked about it. And yeah, so it's two different communities, boarding school and then local community. So preparation for the guided meditations, I think it was on August 18th or 16th, I had my first trial of the guided meditations where I invited some friends home to me and Sophie's apartment, and I tried to guide them through some meditations, one meditation. And we did that 3 times just so that I could see what it was like with people that I know. And then when I decided that I wanted to do it, I started to research more. I used the mindfulness site and the daily meditations because they have so much good stuff on how to start meditating and how to guide other people and different kinds of meditations. And I also started meditating more like myself, guiding myself, because I listened to things before, but when you have to guide other people, you have to also be able to guide yourself, I thought. And then I had to ask Bettina if I could borrow a room for the meditation at boarding, and also if I could borrow some blankets. I had to bring a speaker every time. I had to set a plan. This is for my first 4 Thursdays. I made this placard to hang around on boarding school. I decided on a date. I would start in November through March. Of course, I haven't been able to finish it because Corona happened, but I will finish. I will continue after the summer break. And yeah, I think that was it, real short. And so, well, the activity, it has been fun doing it, and the amount of people definitely varies. Like sometimes only 2 people come, and other times 8 people come, which is quite fun. I also update the boarding school Facebook group every time I do a meditation, just so that people know, well, it's Thursday now at 7. I'm going to do the meditation. Come if anyone wants to join, so everyone can join. I've tried experimenting with the meditation, so I start off by doing a body scan just to relax, and then I go into some form of visualization, and that's kind of free, I feel, and I've had good feedback on the meditation so far. So yeah, I feel like it's paying off, definitely. Some learning outcomes. Well, I've definitely felt some personal growth because it was kind of crossing a boundary for me to do this, because you don't hear a lot of people in my age group doing guided meditations. I don't really know. I don't know anyone, at least. And also meditation is kind of, I don't know, fluffy, or you think that you're so spiritual, but really it's just about, kind of pausing for a moment. And then planning it has also pushed me to be perseverant as well, that it's a weekly thing and I have to show up every time, and also cooperation to get my friends in it, and permission for Bettina, etc. And then of course to try and solve the global issue, to help other people, and myself included, to stress down a bit. Okay, so in preparation for my Synth Youth Club, or our Synth Youth Club, we first had 3 meetings, which was an introductory meeting, a meeting, or where we picked the board members and sorted out responsibilities for the club, where I also participated, or like I am a part of the board meeting member group now. And then a third meeting was prep for reception. And every time, like first time Nana was with us, Nana, who is the one who started the club, and the 2 other times I had the responsibility of writing down a resume, like what happened in the meeting, and then talking to Nana about what happened, and then what are the plans for the next meeting, which was also, you know, responsibility. And for the reception, I'm going to list down my tasks for it, and that was to send out mails, which is this whole thing. It was to bake a beautiful cake with Adrian. It was to meet with Adrian on the 16th of January to call out journalists, news things, and ask them if they wanted to come, which they didn't, unfortunately. But the mayor came, and the principal came, and people from the commune came, and politicians, so it was really nice to see how many people came. And I had to write the speech, which is this one, which was also very nerve-wracking, and talk in front of the school to like get the message out, which was also very nerve-wracking. Yeah, so as an activity, I've only been there twice, because when we started there was quite a lot of volunteers. So I've only been there twice. Now there's not so many anymore because they got other things to do. But we didn't really have a lot of club meetings, things, because Corona happened. But we tried to do online meetings and get like young people to come online and meet us there. However, that did not pay off. And this summer, we're starting again. We actually started yesterday, but I can't, unfortunately, come to the club. What do you say? The clubs, or like I can't be there at the events because I'm in Kolding. But I'll try and be there as much as possible online. For example, yesterday I had a online meeting with Nana, who started, and another volunteer, and someone from the commune named Katrine. About cooperating with each other. And also we're planning on doing a summer event where we go to a park or a theme park, and I hope that I can be there. So just some learning outcomes. I've definitely developed personally as well, with the public speaking. I have done like acting before, but I feel like it's very different because you're speaking as yourself when you're speaking in front of the school, and when you're telling people at the reception about, well, like different things regarding mental health. So it's a bit different, and that was really a boundary crossed as well. The planning, and this also ties together with the commitment, because, you know, I had to be committed to the planning, and I had to be committed because I was on the board, which I also feel like is good, because otherwise I am quite good at slacking a bit and doing things in my own time. But this had to kind of push me to stay committed as well with the meditation. And also because we're corroborating, I can't just make a decision by myself. I have to talk to the group about it and stuff. So it's an ongoing cooperation and process. And the ethics, actually, my first time, or like the very first time we opened, we went out to shop for the groceries for the dinner, which we do every time, but we all went, which was not good, because a guy came who wanted to be a part of it, like go to the evening, or like be a part of it, and we weren't there, so we thought we were closed. So we've definitely had to consider to one person stay behind. And lastly but not least, for my summer vacation, I plan on doing more meditations because I've kind of fallen out of it, and I plan on staying with Sin Youth Club online. Also, the little get together we have where we do an out of the house activity, I'm also want to be there for that, and of course to keep on doing my other castings. Yes.